one of my clients long time back, somewhere around 2006-7. He was making what you call hospital sterilizer. He got a lot of order from a hospital in Gujarat. L&T had given some order for 32 hospital sterilizers. He said, don't give me 32 order for 32. Give me 16 orders for 2 units each. His response, his reason was, there was an inspection to be done. If I take an order for 32, the inspector will only come once all 32 are ready. He neither had the money nor the space to keep these 32 units. And should there be a problem in one of them, the payment for all 32 will be held back. So he said, I'll give you a discount, a small discount, if you give me 16 orders, but not 32. Not one order of 32. So we were saying is what not to do. Stop taking large manufacturing orders. Another stupid thing which comes is stop buying large quantities for availing quantity discount and freight cost saving. I think freight cost saving has come twice. This has a particular relevance. In many companies, organizations use more than one particular type of material or SKU. However, even if just one is not there, we cannot produce the final output. Just to give you the example for home, at home, even for cooking, we'll be using at least 30, 40 different variety of materials. Now, many times, assuming the flour or the ghee or the oil is available at a very heavy discount, it's possible if you're in a cash constraint, in order to take advantage of quantity discount, you buy a large quantity of these things. But be careful, now you may run out of money for buying salt or something similarly, very small value. Even though you have very high inventory of one large item, but unfortunately you do not have the balancing small quantity of very cheap item on the other side. This is very, very common. Almost in every company I go, on one side, I'll find some material available, expensive material available for next 3 months, but for a small value item, which is not there even for one day. This happens on a repeatedly. How often you have experienced that you got everything except the packing material is not there. It is so common. Why? Because of one wrong thing. There's a policy is L1, buying everything at the lowest possible cost. It's the most stupid thing to do. Another thing, at this time, when everyone is trying on the assumption, we must reduce costs because profits are not going to be there, they cut expenses on tea, coffee, etc. Once again, very stupid thing. Please don't do that. At this time, they were not going to add anything significant. Once again, it is the assumptions being problem. I have to take you a little bit back. You remember profit is equal to sales minus expense, nothing rocket science. Sales minus variable expense minus fixed expenses is profit. Sales minus pure variable expense is throughput, and fixed expenses, we called it operating expense. So profit is equal to throughput minus operating expense. Now, if we have to increase profit, there are diametrically two different ways. One, throughput increase or reduce operating expense. Unfortunately, because we don't know how to increase throughput significantly in a short period of time, we try to do what we think we know. Of course, we don't know, but we try to do is cut expenses. And where do you cut expenses? On tea, coffee, or tea, coffee is a, I would say, synonym for picking up small things, nothing more. What we don't realize that many times when you cut expenses on small things, it has an impact on your throughput, and the reduction in throughput is far higher than the saving on your operating expenses. So please don't do all this. Now let's look at it. What shall be done? I have so far told you what should not be done. First is measure dispersible cash available almost on a daily and weekly frequency. In fact, I recommend, now I'm saying very carefully, I recommend the team meeting almost at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the night every day on the Zoom to look what is the cash available in the bank today. Cash, dispersible cash, how much cash you have in the bank. And now you can plan for tomorrow, how much money should we allocate to whom by tomorrow. Don't do it in the morning, do it in the night, because whatever money had to come has already come in. And one suggestion and one request, you can offer less money to anyone within the company or outside the company. But whatever you have committed, you must honor. Now that is only possible if I have certainty of the money already I have in hand. Now that money available, certainty can happen only in the evening, because by 8 o'clock, all bank, transactions, RTGS, NEFT would have been over by that time. And you know precisely how much money is there in my bank, or for which I can send it electronically or I can cut a check for